Hey guys, it's Dale here. I'm just trading that level on the euro dollar, which I showed you earlier today in today's analysis. I'm trading the level with order flow, so I wanted to show you how to go about it, and I'm thinking about the trade. The reasoning behind the level was a trend setup and this heavy volume zone. So this is the short level. I'm looking at the futures chart, not on forex but futures. And this is where the price hit the level. It just hit the level. This is a 30-minute time frame, and I'm just going to switch to the order flow charts and look at how the price is reacting there. So those are the order flow charts. On each chart there's that level marked with that blue color. This chart is a 30-minute chart. It shows total volumes. This chart is a 5-minute chart which shows bid and ask. This is a chart which shows only the huge orders, so I call it the trades filter because it only shows the big trades like this one. And the last chart, this one, this is cumulative delta. The top of that chart is 1-minute price chart, and below it is a 1-minute cumulative delta, and I'm looking for divergences here between this chart, the price chart, and the delta chart. Right now there are not really any significant divergences there, and now I'm mostly interested in this chart which shows bid and ask on 5-minute chart. And the first thing that actually confirmed this trade, that somebody big is trading it, was this. This is one of my confirmation setups, and I look for this confirmation setup when the price reaches a heavy volume zone like the one I showed you earlier today. And when the price reaches such zone, I want to see one of those confirmation setups. One of those is called the absorption, and this is exactly it, because when the price reaches significant resistance, like in this case, this was a significant resistance, I wanted to see a reaction there on the order flow. And absorption is when buyers are pushing the price upwards. I see the buyers here on the ask side of the footprint, but also sellers are active and they are selling at the same time at the same place. So this is absorption. Absorption is when the footprint has huge volumes on ask as well as on bid, and you need to see that around significant resistance zone or support zone. In this case, this is significant resistance zone, and the absorption took place at that level. So that made me jump into the trade because it confirmed that something is going on, that the big guys are jumping in, and that's why I jumped in as well. Right now the price is moving downwards, which is kind of nice. There's no price action above the resistance, so far it's looking very good. What I would like to see is dropping cumulative delta, because that would mean aggressive sellers are jumping in. Right now, if you look at delta, the strongest negative delta was in this footprint, but what I like to see is more negative delta here, and of course price dropping some more. Now let's talk about take profit placement. And take profit placement is ideally done on this 30-minute time frame, 30-minute footprint, this chart. There's one thing that strikes me at first sight, and the thing is this triple node. Let me use different color. Those 3 nodes next to each other. Also, if you look at volume profile from this area, then this is the point of control of that volume profile. The heaviest volumes were traded here. So this could work potentially as a support, and I definitely want to quit the trade before the support. no chance I'm going to go past that. If I measure the distance from the beginning of the trade, which was at 1.0998, and if I quit the trade somewhere before the heavy volume zone, it would be 10 pips. I'll probably go for more. I'll probably go for 11, somewhere in here. This should be a take profit, because I want to make sure that I quit the trade before it reaches this heavy volume zone, because as I was saying, that's potential support. That's risky. I don't want to trade shorts when there is a support standing in the way. So that's the plan for the take profit. Let me switch over to the price chart to talk about stop loss placement. In this case, stop loss should be behind heavy volume zone, either here or here, above this swing point or above this swing point. I have the stop loss currently here, which means that my stop loss is 9 pips. Alright, so this is where I placed the stop loss. I think that also the take profit will be visible here if I use the flexible volume profile. Yeah, absolutely. This is that heavy volume zone where I want to quit the trade. So as you can see, the risk-reward ratio is positive. Let's now switch to the order flow chart again. Focus on what's going on there. Alright, so still the price is moving below the entry level, which is good. Again, what I would love to see is delta dropping more significantly, but we can wait. And I'm probably going to pause the video for a while so it doesn't get too long, and get back to you when something significant happens. Alright guys, I'm back. What I did was I secured my stop loss, moved the stop loss at the reaction point in here. So right now it's no risk trade. Reason is that the price already made half of the movement I wanted towards the take profit. But also because if you look at the trades filter here, the price hit this level where huge volumes were traded. And if the price reacted there and went upwards, I don't want to go against that. So that's why I secured the position. I'm still optimistic about it, so I still think that it will reach this take profit of ours. But better to be sure, we have heavy volume zone in here. Let me use different color. We have heavy volume zone in here. This is it on the total volumes chart. And this should be sort of a barrier. If the price decides to test it, then it shouldn't really go past this. If the price goes past that barrier, then it's better to quit the trade in here. All right, this is pretty important. I'm very often doing this when trading with order flow. Heavy volumes are barriers. You want to place your stop loss behind those barriers. And when you are trading your stop loss like I'm doing now, you want to do it as well. All right. So those are the reasons I moved the stop loss and the reason why I moved it in here. There's forming a new barrier right here. Hopefully the price will go below it, which would be great. I would really like the price to go below this place, because right now it seems that this zone is working like sort of a support. I don't think it will be a strong support, but still I would like the price to go past it. Then that support could eventually turn into a new resistance if the price was below it, which would be great. So let's wait and see. Let me just print that take profit line on all the charts, so you can see it on that 5-minute time frame as well. Oh, there's triple node here. I haven't noticed that. Yeah, that's another thing that tells me I best quit the trade in here. I want to see a breakout of this range. Boom. If you look at the big picture, the 30-minute chart, you can see nice negative delta after this reaction, which is great. I think the price will go past this point because heaviest volumes within this node are at the bottom. We have negative delta with this footprint, which is good. I think this could be the breakout because of heavy volumes at the bottom of this footprint. I can't really see the market leaving this and going upward. That wouldn't be really effective. As you can see on the trades filter, the place where we have the support, the place where we want to quit the trade, there were 2 huge orders placed here. One more reason to quit the trade here. So, alright. So I guess that I'm going to pause the video for a while again, see what happens, then get back to you again. You know what I'm going to do? I move the take profit up a bit. I don't like this triple node being here. And I don't want to push my luck, because maybe the price will just react a little bit before the triple node. Markets very often do that. They react a little bit before supports. So that's why I'm trading a little bit before the heavy volume zones all the time. That was also the case with this trade. See, there was that heavy volume zone, but I took the trade a little bit before it. And actually the price turned here. So I'm not going to push my luck. And I'm going to move the take profit a bit. We are still with a positive risk-reward ratio. So move it a pip above that double volume node. Right now the price is going down, but delta is positive, which is quite strange. Shouldn't be like that. I don't like it too much. There are buying imbalances here and here. I want aggressive sell-off. I want imbalances in here. Imbalances, aggressive sellers, right? So I want to see that, and I want to see negative delta. I want to see this dropping, not just going slowly downwards. What's also important when you are trading intraday trades like this is to check whether there's no upcoming macro news. So check the news section, and I'm looking for significant red marked news. As you can see, there's only news concerning the Canadian dollar, and later there's news affecting the US dollar, but we still have time for that. Hopefully the trade will be over by then. One thing I'm thinking about is moving the stop loss a little bit more behind this heavy volume zone, behind this barrier, because we are below this heavy volume zone, and if the price goes past it, above it, then I wouldn't like to risk that. So I'm thinking about moving the stop loss here, but my stop loss is still here. Right, I haven't moved it yet. I'm just very carefully looking at what's going on in here. And in here we have selling imbalances, which is great, negative delta, closing into the take profit, delta finally turning negative, 1 pip to the take profit. So hopefully it will get triggered, and when it does, I'll just get out of the trade. What I'm watching carefully is for some warning signal that would tell me that buyers are jumping in. Because right now we are very close to the take profit. If buyers start to jump in, I would need to adjust the stop loss, or I would take the profit depending on what I would see. I'm pretty positive that the price will go below this point, because this footprint has its heaviest volumes at its bottom. As I was saying before, that it's not really usual. The price is most likely going to test that. Market would be ineffective if it left this volume node at the bottom of the footprint without testing it. No sign of buyers yet, which is good. So let's see what happens. I'm watching this very carefully now, getting ready to push the trigger and take the profit. This double node on the 5 minutes chart is a small resistance. I'm watching that as well. The price really shouldn't go past it. A little above it, and there is that heavy volume zone, best visible in here on the 30-minute time frame. Again, resistance. So those are two places where I'll be watching the price. If it comes there, shouldn't really go past them. If it does, it would be a sign of buyers. If the price moved above those, started rotating there, that would be a sign of buyers. I don't want to see that. So let me draw a line there and see what happens if the price hits this line. I'm still optimistic about all this because, as I was saying, we have that heavy volume node at the bottom of this footprint. And I'm pretty sure the market wouldn't want to leave that and go upwards without testing this. So that's why I'm positive that the market will test below it. When it does, I'm going to take the profit here. That's the plan. An ideal case scenario would be if I saw deltas negative here, here, and here. It would tell me that sellers are more in control and that are more likely to push the price even lower. But I'm seeing buyers on deltas here, 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 and here. Those three footprints. If it wasn't like that, if there were red deltas here, negative deltas below each footprint, I would be willing to trail this trade a bit, because the market would be telling me that sellers are in control, and I would trail the trade probably towards this place, a little bit above the triple node. That was the original plan, to take the profit here. So I would trail it towards this place, and I would definitely quit it here. But because I don't see negative deltas here, I don't see that aggressivity of sellers here, I'm more leaned towards quitting the trade a little bit earlier, in here, a little bit above this triple node here on the 5-minute chart, also one tick above those huge orders which I see on the trades filter. Better to be safe than sorry. We are still with a positive risk-reward ratio if we take the profit here, so that's alright with me. Alright, so the price is testing this important zone. Sellers start to jump in, nice. The price didn't go past it. Move downwards again from this place. Looks like the resistance worked. Cool, cool. When you see a resistance work, it is a small sign that sellers are more in control. So when you are trading, you want to watch out for those small resistances. It's just small signals, but still it is telling you something. And it's all those small signals that the market is giving you that make up the big picture and tell you the whole story of what's going on. Right now the delta turned negative also with this 30-minute footprint, which is good. So I'm still being positive about the price dropping towards our take profit. The sort of trades that I like more is when there is certain aggression behind the move. I hate waiting like this, watching every footprint and deltas and all that stuff. What I like is quick action. Boom, boom, boom. I think everybody likes that. But if there is a scenario like this, you just need to sit through it and do the best you can. The longer the rotation, the bigger the chance that there'll be a breakout of the rotation, which would be a sudden movement upwards or downwards. That's how rotations end, with a breakout. All right, let's get back to trading, because the price just tested this zone with negative delta, left a huge volume node at the bottom. Now I'm even more positive that the price will drop below this zone, because it would be ineffective to leave such heavy volumes at the bottom of this footprint and this footprint. It would be ineffective. So I'm pretty positive that the price will drop and test below this zone. So let's wait and see. Finally, the delta is starting to drop also in here. Let me zoom it in a bit so you can see the cumulative delta chart better. See, the price, the one minute price is going sideways, price chart is going sideways, but at the same time, cumulative delta is dropping. And that's telling us that sellers are jumping in, aggressive sellers are jumping in. All right, guys, so the rotation is just too long. The risk of a breakout is getting really high, I think. And with breakouts, the thing is that it could go boom or boom, and you don't know which way the breakout will go. For that reason, I'm moving the stop loss just a bit, but I'm moving it from here, which was above this heavy volume zone, above this heavy volume zone, like this. If the price goes above this heavy volume zone, then I'll quit the trade, just to make sure, you know, I'll end up in a small profit, and this is also to protect me from a sudden spike move, sudden breakout. So that's my thinking behind this. Let's see how it goes, and I'll pause the video a bit and get back to you when something new happens here. The price tested that first little resistance here and started to move above it. I don't like that. Looks like this could be maybe the breakout. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Aggressive buyers jumping in. The price is now testing this heavy volume zone, and I don't really see any sellers jumping in, any aggressive sellers. Well, right now there was something here, but not that significant. I would expect a sharper reaction, boom boom, like this one when we tested that double volume node, right? There was a sharp reaction, but now price is above that corridor, not really reacting to this heavy volume zone. All right, I'm out. I quit the trade. It didn't really went the way I wanted. I was pretty positive that the price would test those volumes, and I still think that in the future it will test that, but right now it seems that buyers are jumping in. They broke through two resistances, this one and the one above it, best visible in here, and I placed the stop loss above the second resistance right here. The price hit it and I quit the trade according to the plan. So that's how it goes. Sometimes I missed the take profit by just 1 pip, but in trading the things not always go exactly the way you want it, but you need to be ready and prepared in advance for any situation that can happen, like this one. So trade is over. I made 2 wonderful pips on this reaction, and that's about it. So maybe I'll just pause the video for a bit and play it again if something significant happens, just, you know, for educational purposes, see what happens next. All right, guys, so price is moving even higher, passing the place where we actually entered the trade, where I entered the trade. So to me, this looks like the breakout I was afraid of, because there was a rotation, very long rotation, and then boom. So I think the trade was well managed in the end, because I secured the position, even though I thought that the price would drop lower, but I secured the position in case of a breakout like this. So I think we can end the video in here. I hope you found it useful. I hope you learned something new. And if you are into order flow trading, and if you would like to get your hands on my custom-made order flow software, that's the one you saw in today's video, then head over to my website. It is trader-dale.com. And if you click this button which says browse courses, then it will take you to this page. If you scroll down a bit, then there is the order flow pack, which is educational, and indicator pack, which consists of my custom-made order flow software, order flow video course, and volume profile indicator pack. There's a video which you can watch. The video will show you everything that you'll get in detail, so check it out, see for yourself, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in some next video, or if you decide to join us, then I'll see you in the members area. So see you next time, and until then, happy trading.